Okay guys, so let's say John Smith in Canada who still has valid study permit is applying this postgraduate work permit because he has completed his studies and he has got his documents in order to apply. So unique client identifier. By now you have a unique client identifier because you have already applied to IRCC. It's not a mandatory field, but I strongly recommend. It's like 8 or 10 digits. You're gonna find it on your document. Any communication that you have, unique client identifier, UCI. You want service in, let's say English. Now I am applying for one of the following. So this is his postgraduate work permit. So he's applying for the first time. Okay, full details. Let's say his name is John Smith. Have you ever used any other name? Let's say no, he has not used. He is a male. His date of birth 1995. Just sample guys. Let's see, he was born in New Delhi. Citizenship, let's say India. He is an Indian citizen. If I press I, it's gonna come. Okay, it was second. Current country, because you're applying from inside country, so Canada is selected by default. Status, still he is a student because his study permit is valid. So from, so let's say he came in 2019 Jan 1st and he has permit till Feb 28. Just sample guys. Previous country, during past year have you lived in any country or territory other than your current country of citizenship or your current country territory of residence? Let's say no. Whatever is applicable. Your current marital status, let's say he is single, never married. Have you previously married in? No. Languages, because he is from India, so let's assume his native language is Hindi. Are you able to communicate in English and French? Yes, he was a student. He has taken a test in English. Passport, so typical sample Indian passport number I'll add. Typical Indian passports valid for 10 years. Oh, sorry. Okay, national ID document. So this question is asked in various forms. So when I applied for my first time to IRCC as a work permit, I had used my Indian PAN card and it was accepted. These are just sample entries. It's not my PAN card number. Don't mistake for that. And good thing is like issue date, expiry date are not mandatory. So what you can do here is like based on your country, you get like documents like in India you get Aadhaar card, voter ID, or in some other countries too. So what I did, I used my PAN card and then I expanded it in my explanation letter and it was easily accepted. Do you hold a green card? No. Contact information. So let's say this guy is living at 11 Torontonian Street. This is a new address probably I created for this video. Toronto, Ontario. Country selected, Canada already. Ontario. So because I selected city city Toronto. So I don't need to describe everything here. Just street name is enough. I don't need to write full address here. Yeah, correct. Postal code I can do here. Same as mailing address, yes. So he's in Canada, so he has Canadian number. I can select cellular. Country code is selected already. Okay. Email address is important. Date and place of your original entry to Canada. So what date I selected? 2019 he came, right? So I mean this is applicable in this case. In other cases, like when they have various application and all, this date may change. So don't just fill it up when I am doing it. Do it as per your case. Toronto Pearson Airport. You can even write Terminal 3. No space, so I will not write. The original purpose of coming into Canada, study. Date and place of your most recent entry to Canada is not same as this original entry. So that means like if you have gone out and all, but this is not a mandatory field, and if so, not required. If applicable, provide a document number of the most recent visitor study permit or student resident permit issued to you. So I'm just writing a sample, but if you are like study permit, check its number. I'm just writing a sample, it's not like a real number. What type of work permit you are applying? See the drop down you have here. Let me scroll it up so that I can show you all the options. Okay, you have postgraduate work permit. So now a lot of people ask like what to write, name of employer, address, these things. For that I want to show some. So I've shown you the official guide here. It clearly says that if you choose open work permit or postgraduate work permit, no information is required for questions 2 to 8. But it will be interesting for this because this is like mandatory field question number. It will say at the end when we run the validation. Let's skip it for now, but the form is not completed. At the end we'll run the validation and see, because up to 7 I see these fields are not mandatory. So we'll see for 8. Have you had post secondary education including university, college or apprenticeship? If yes, give details of your highest level of post secondary education. So I select yes, he studied. So let's say he studied in Canada for 2 years. So from 2019-01 to 2021-01. Field and level of study. So let me say, let's say he has studied bachelor's of knowledge. Okay, school. I'm just writing sample. Do it as per your case. Toronto IT. IT college. City, town. Toronto, country, Canada. Employment. Give details of your employment for past 10 years if you held any government position. Okay, so we need to, so let's say typical Indian case, like 1995 he was born. So generally in India people study, like those who study engineering without any gap, they completed at 22 years. So let's say in 2017 he completed, and from there he worked in India. So 2017, let's say from 07 to 2018-12. Or let's make it recent, like he was a student. So let's say, let's say during his studies he was also working somewhere. 01. Let's see, he was working like a storekeeper, because it does not say like full time or part time. So storekeeper. Let's see, he was working at Walmart. City, let's say he was working in Guelph. Country, Canada. Just a sample entry guide. You need to put it as per your case. Previous you can include, like I'm not including, this is not mandatory field, but if it is, definitely include. Within past 10 years, have you had tuberculosis? No. Do you have any physical mental disorder? No. Whatever is applicable in your case. Have you ever remained beyond the validity of your status? No. Have you ever been refused a visa or permit? No. Have you previously applied to enter or remain in Canada? Yes, because he has completed his study. So he has. So you can provide details, full details, like applied, informal way you can write I applied for so and so. You can even include application number, granted, everything. What are the full details? Have you ever been committed, been arrested? Because IRCC already has that information, so don't hide it. Read the questions, and based on that you do. Do you want to conduct it by IRCC or an organization in future? Yes, you can select the date. Now for online applications, you don't need to physically sign it. I mean, you don't need to print and okay. Now the important is click on validate. Now you remember there was a question number 8 during type of work permit. Let's see what happens. The guidebook says you don't have to do between 2 and 8. Yeah, but actually it is required. Maybe that guide is not yet updated. So that is what I wanted to confirm. So we have reached there. Okay. Have you been issued certain provincial nominate program? I select no. Now it should be, but whatever is available, now it should be validating. Unless I made another mistake. Education province state. Oh yes. You can see even minor mistakes can avoid. So that's why it's very important to click on validate. Hopefully now it gets through. Yes. So validation is just gonna validate that if you have missed any mandatory field, formats and all. But the entries, it's totally up to you. So you have to make sure that it is correct. So always re-verify it. Now I'm going to go back to the checklist.